Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. I think this is pretty good news. So in 2023, right, Dokkan introduced the Power of Wishes category during the anniversary. And it wasn't that great at first. Like, it was okay. I mean, I had the anniversary LRs on it, right, but it was okay. Then Dokkan spent the entire year buffing the category into the sun, like, just making it so crazy. I figured that they were going to do the same thing with Super Bosses this year. I've said so several times. I expect a lot of Super Bosses characters throughout the year. We just got LR Cell Max, his details and stuff like that. I mean, to me, LR Cell Max looks like he's definitely a top 5 level character, right? Like, I'll see once he comes out exactly how crazy he is. But, again, about top 5 level is what Cell Max looks to be to me. Now, Air Dokkan pointed this out. Shout outs to Air Dokkan, because this kind of went over my head. Like, in the data download video, I showed these missions, right? And kind of like, oh yeah, there's new Legendary Freeze event missions. But I didn't put 2 and 2 together the way Air Dokkan did. So let's look at this. So, Air is saying, as he said yesterday, around June 23rd to 24th, we should see a teaser for the Tanabata Dokkan Festival exclusive LR. Again, yeah, I expect we'll get a Dokkan Fest LR to release, I think probably on the 28th is the last weekday of June. So potentially the 28th, I think, is when we'll see the Dokkan Fest LR in-game, the banner itself. So new missions for the Legendary Freeze event have been included in tonight's data download, which will be available on the 25th. Seems like an unusual date to me, given that Rosé's celebration ends 2 days later. Most interesting part are the categories required for the missions: Universal Survival Saga, Space Traveling Warriors, and Universe 6. Seems to me to be a hint for the Tanabata celebration. I'm inclined to agree with Air. I think so. I think, because, okay, so the way we would unravel this mystery is we would start here. Let's look at UI Goku, which is one of the most popular characters in the game, right? Like Sparking Zero, like, they've got him front and center on the box art. Like, the Steam icon was leaked a little while ago. Like, UI is very popular. And, I mean, they haven't, like, the Dokkan Fest, this is the day the episode for Mastered UI versus Jiren came out, and when UI Goku got his awakening. Then we got LR STR UI Goku, and then HL UI Goku, and that's it. That's it. They haven't gone back. And this characters are really, I mean, his animations hold up ridiculously right now, right? Like, they look super, super good. And, I mean, Mastered UI in the anime, in Dragon Ball Super anime, he only is really fighting for just, I mean, it is just a one episode. Yeah, like, he's only in Mastered UI for just the one episode. Right? So it's like they've used a lot that they could from him. But then UI Sign, I mean, this guy has really good looking animations. This is from his fight against KEFLA. But then there's the whole fight. There's basically 2 fights against Jiren that UI Sign has that's like completely unrepresented. I mean, they could easily do a crazy, like, Vegeta exchange into UI Goku character at some point. I remember during the 6th anniversary, I was thinking that maybe could be something we could see for part 2. Ended up being, Team Universe 7, then the 17 and Golden Frieza. I think a UI Sign Goku as Dokkan Fest LR makes just a ton of sense from the first Jiren fight. So what I'm saying here, if we could just pull up, like, if I just type in Instinct right there, that'll give me what I want. This animation right here, what I think is that we're going to see, like a Dokkan Fest LR where, like, the ending part, so, like, not this, this is still kind of like, very old animations, obviously, but, like, this part, when he does the Kamehameha and then flies down, with that punch, I think we'll see that as, like, some kind of, like, crazy active skill or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Like, kind of like the character's going to be built around that and built around his very first fight against Jiren. And potentially it could even be like a Blue Kaioken Goku that would transform into UI Sign Goku or something like that. Many times people have floated out the idea of, a Blue Kaioken that revives in UI Goku. literally that exact character exists in Legends. It's just a blue Goku that revives into UI Sign Goku, but it exists. And people are like, yeah, that would be so good for Dokkan. I don't really want a revive transforming character because that's like it would be very tough to die and revive. Like, even if the blue Goku is literally like, his design is he gets 800% attack at the start of turn and 0% defense. Like, it still would be annoying to potentially have to waste a revive or something like that. I don't like the idea of transforming via revive. I think it's no good because it's something that's going to be very difficult to see, right? For sure. So just like a normal transforming like Blue Kaioken into UI Goku or something like that, I think would be very, very cool. Or maybe he has a standby or something like that, right? But UI Sign Goku to me, Tanabata Dokkan Fest LR, I think, you know, with this sitting here, right here, and why does this really make so much sense too, is that the opposition for Goku, I feel like there's 3 options we could get. I mean, if we take a look at these missions here, right? I mean, these last forever. I don't think that this is necessarily going to point towards the Dokkan Fest LR, but I mean, okay, so there would be a Dokkan Fest LR and a Carnival LR in the Tanabata celebration. I would think we'd have 3 options. A Jiren, either normal or full power. I think we could have Hit, or I think we could have KEFLA. And the reason why I don't really care so much which one of the 3 they pick, they're all Super Bosses characters, right? So if they're super busted, right, they can just continue to be more extra help for the Super Bosses category to continue to make it even crazier. With Cell Max, the team is now, I think, an actual legitimate team because Cell Max is such a high-level character with the taunt mechanic. You're not a top team contender without like one of these taunts or revive. Like, you're just not. Like, and you're not one of the best characters in the game unless you have one of these abilities either. You're just not. I'm sorry, you're not. Like, Broly's good, he's not up there. Gammas are good, they're not up there. They don't have one of those real team protector abilities. Cell Max does. So his addition and inclusion does, I think, really make Super Bosses now very legitimate. And adding more options that we could, imagine they do, let's just use, if I had to pick up the 3, I'd probably say Hit, especially because, I mean, Hit has kind of had less premium units than them, sort of. I mean, Hit has had 1 Dokkan Fest and a combo LR. Jiren has had a Dokkan Fest and a straight-up LR, and then KEFLA's had 2 Dokkan Fests. Right? I mean, I'm not really counting, like, banner units and stuff like that. I know Physical KEFLA was her own banner, and that was, the banner that was up when the 300 Zone shenanigans happened. But, I mean, I would kind of count it as 2 premium units for all 3 of them, but Hit has only got a combo unit right there. And the funny thing is, none of these characters are that recent. The most recent of the 3 to get a real premium character, I mean, I guess it would be Tech KEFLA and Hit and God Goku, which came out in October of 2021. But think about what I just said. October of 2021. So it's like all of this, I think, will feel kind of fresh. Hit has so much voiced Hit, LR Hit to me, I think would work so good. I do think Jiren could be good. Jiren does so much fighting, and it's basically like almost all not represented at all. They could make multiple Jiren cards. I think there's still a couple of cool things they could do with KEFLA. So I'm not really like, I would probably pick Hit as my number 1 pick I would like to see. But, I mean, Jiren and KEFLA are, A+ to me. And I do like the idea of continuing to make Super Bosses really good right now. I do like that idea. So that's why I think Turn Up Power is great right here. Right? Because it's going to get us, more Super Bosses help. Now, worldwide, there's no way worldwide could also, right? Like, because they just did Superhero. They just did the Broly movie. They just did the Future Trunks arc. I mean, I guess they could maybe get, like, I mean, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, I don't know. I mean, as for worldwide, I mean, maybe they could do it or something like that. Because it's like, LR Golden Frieza is not on Super Bosses, right? He's only on movie bosses. That's correct, right? I just want to double check. My brain is telling me that he's only a movie bosses character, not a Super Bosses character. Let me just confirm that that's true. It is. Yeah. Yeah. He's not super bosses. So they could get us a super boss's Beerus besides Pajamas Beerus, who's one. Then get us a super boss's Beerus and maybe a super boss's Golden Frieza. And then, I don't know, would they do another Blue Goku and Vegeta or whatever? I'm just spitballing. That worldwide doesn't really matter so much right now. It's really the Tanabata celebration is what we're looking at. But let me know what you guys think. I would say if they go down this route, UI Sign Goku, to me, seems like, yes, like, you pencil that in. Like, UI Sign Goku's the LR in 2 weeks. But then, the middle and end of July, which one of these? I think it would be one of these three. Because, again, if we look at the missions, too, all of them are Universal Survival Saga. I guess they could pick Hit from the Universe 6 vs. 7 tournament arc, and he's not Universal Survival Saga. Or, I mean, it could be Blue Kaioken and Hit, I guess, as well. Because this one right here, this is Space Traveling Warriors. Jiren and Hit are both Space Traveling Warrior characters. Both of them. KEFLA obviously is not. And neither, of course, is Goku. And then Universe 6, that would be Hit and KEFLA. But that's why I think Hit probably speaks to Hit a little bit more. Because Hit would be all three categories. Hit is the only character of these four. UI, Hit, Jiren, Kefla. Hit's the only one that's on all three of these categories. So, and I do think a Hit would be fire. So, let me know what you guys think about the strong possibility. I would give it, like, if I had to put a percent on it, I'd maybe hit like 75% that UI Sign Goku's a Dokkan Fest LR. To me, it seems really possible. And then Hit, Jiren, or Kefla as a Carnival LR. Let me know what you guys think about these characters potentially being Tanabata. I do personally think it would work out really well. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next time.